Today on SciFi Fantasy Network, I'm talking to Sam Baker, who is here showcasing her son Chris Baker's artwork. It's all line art, I understand, that he's done himself. Could you tell us a little bit about how he got started as an artist?
Christopher left school at the age of 14. He has a high-functioning form of autism called Asperger's syndrome. And although he was hitting the grades academically, socially and emotionally, he was immature, and his peers picked up on that. So at home, for 2 years, with no education, he decided he would teach himself to draw. So 2 years later, at 16, we had some outstanding portraits. There's an Audi R8, which even has shine on a bodywork that you just don't think pencil could achieve, but it does. And he's just gone from strength to strength. He's 21 now, and he's got nearly 50 images in his catalogue altogether.
Blimey, so what were the first ones he started with?
So the RDR8 was one of the first. There's another portrait of Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, and also Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad, which is really quite something to see.
So what are his favourite portraits to do? What have been some of his favourite characters?
Well, Christopher draws people who inspire him. So there's one on here of Muhammad Ali. So in Chris's eyes, he's the best boxer there ever was. So if he's the best at what he did, then it inspires Chris to be the best at what he does. There's also 3 portraits of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is a topic that Christopher knows quite a lot about. And also Michael van Gerwen, the world's #1 dart player. Chris has a huge passion for darts, and he's collaborated with the world's #1 dart player to produce his only official portrait.
Wow. I noticed also some Sylvester McCoy, Sophie Aldred here that have been signed. So presumably they've seen these pictures. What was their reaction?
They have the one in the frame there. That is the original drawing. That took 15 hours to draw. Wow. Sylvester I met in Bournemouth at the end of a convention. He was quite taken aback by the quality of the drawing, but it'd been a long day and he was quite tired. Sophie I caught up with in Western, and I spent about 20 minutes talking to her because Doctor Who is my passion, and Christopher drew it for me. So it was lovely to share with her the positivity of somebody leaving school early and still achieving, which was something that she really connected with.
And so what's been the reception been like at these conventions where you've been selling the pictures?
Well, Christopher's artwork always goes down very, very well once we connect with customers and let them know their drawings, because 9 times out of 10 people walk past and glance and think they're photographs. As soon as you catch their eye and say they're actually drawings and my son drew them, so they've been drawn by somebody quite young, they really, really stop then, and they are taken aback at not only the quality of what Christopher achieves, but the fact that he started it so young and that he is 100% self-taught.
Tell us a little bit about Chris's process. How does he deal with the Asperger's side of it, and how does it interact with his creative process?
For Christopher, the process of drawing is very, very private. So my husband and I and his brothers, we've never seen him actually draw, because he will not allow us in his room while it's happening. But for Chris, it's all about the original reference photograph, because everything comes from reference. He doesn't create from memory. So the original photograph will have to be quite striking. He's very particular about contrast, and sometimes he will actually get an original photograph and change the contrast. So there are some striking differences between the dark and the light that's in there. The original will get gridded, and then his paper is gridded, and then he painstakingly drags across each bit by bit by bit. We always thought that it would be quite systematic, that he would maybe start on one side and go across, but since we have now seen videos of his drawings, which we've got on his website, he's actually quite random. The only thing he does every time is he starts with the eyes, which for somebody with Asperger's syndrome who struggles to give eye contact, I find quite fascinating that he starts with the eyes. But for Chris, it's not just the creation and the end product, it's also a calming process for him. Because before he started to draw, we were having quite big meltdowns at home because he wasn't able to communicate how he was feeling. Now he communicates through his drawings, so it's a fantastically calming process for him.
So do you have a website where people can find his artwork?
We do. Chris has his website, which is www.cjbart.com. The CJB are his initials, Christopher James Baker.
And do you have social media, Facebook, etc.?
Yes, Chris has a CJB Art Facebook page. He's on Twitter as theartist_baker, and again he's on Instagram again with theartist_baker.
And can you give us a sneak peek of what's he working on now? Any new projects in the go?
Ooh, what we've got on the go at the moment is really quite exciting. So Christopher loves Michael Jackson, and next month the Jacksons are coming to Cardiff to do quite a big tour. He's working on a portrait which is over a metre long, so it's the biggest he's ever drawn, and it's of all 5 of the Jacksons together. The faces are actually life-size. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to get that down to the arena and for Christopher to share it with the Jacksons themselves.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
And give Christopher our best.
Will do. Thank you very much.